Welcome to Refinery Injury Podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to the Refinery Injury Podcast with Brooks Harrison. Brooks is a Texas trial attorney dedicated to representing refinery and plant workers who suffer catastrophic injuries in explosions, fires, and chemical accidents across the South. I'm Heidi Mack, and today we're talking about why waiting to call a lawyer after a refinery accident can hurt both your case and your recovery. This episode is how waiting to call a lawyer can damage your refinery injury case. Brooks, thank you for coming back. We really appreciate it. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic and great to be here, Heidi.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for giving us all of your knowledge. So let's get right to this here. Why is acting quickly so crucial after a refinery or plant injury?
That's actually a pretty easy one, and we can use the example of a car accident, which is probably more at the top of anybody's knowledge. And for example, a car accident, if you don't report it, then your insurance won't have a duty to defend. If you don't report it at a refinery, then the refiner past 30 days doesn't have to provide any workman's compensation for that injury. Um, Also, any delay in reporting probably results in a delay in treatment as well, physically getting treated yourself. And delays and gaps in treatment, it's pretty damaging when a jury hears that, well, he's hurt so bad, we're literally asking for millions of dollars, but he waited 60 days to go get treated, or he waited 6 months. I've seen a few cases where they waited 8 months, and yes, it's definitely going to be a severe reduction in the amount that we're going to be able to recover. That's just reality of the whole thing.
And I know we talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but what kinds of evidence can be lost if a worker waits too long before reaching out to an attorney?
Oh goodness, it's well, first of all, if you don't actually report it, then they're not going to be investigating with you in their head, in their mind. The first thing that usually happens after an incident at a refinery or industrial complex is you kind of have a rally around the troops situation where the company comes in and they're basically wanting to take over, and they're also conducting this for their benefit with their spin. They're not out there advocating on your behalf. They're out there essentially looking for the root cause, but at the end of the day, they're trying to protect themselves and cover their ass.
As we were saying then, how do refinery companies and their insurers usually respond then in the days immediately after an accident?
Immediately after an accident, and literally starting with BP Texas City back in 2005. The first thing they always tend to do, and in every single one of the refinery injuries or incidents that I've been involved in, which is almost every single one of them in Southeast Texas and Louisiana for the last 20 plus years, they become your best friend. They're always there for you. They'll do anything for you. And they want you to be able to talk. They want you to participate in their investigation. You have a new best friend. They will also be very happy to say, offer you some money, get you to sign a few documents to take a $10,000 to make you be quiet or make you talk a little more. Just depends on what they need out of you. So in that instance, it's probably for your protection. I can promise you, the company has lawyers. It's probably smart for the worker to have a lawyer too, the worker and his family.
You were saying, like, they might have you sign some papers. What potential complications can arise if a worker does this, has some provide statements or sign documents without the proper legal guidance?
If you essentially sign away and release your rights in your case, there's not a damn thing I can do or any other lawyer can probably do for you. And I mean, I've run into this before. It always happens. There's always a handful of folks that played along with the company in the very beginning, and then here they are at the end of the day while their other injured coworkers are getting paid lots of money, and it's taking time, and justice does take a while. And they come back and they want a second bite at the apple. But In Texas and most any other state, when you release your claims and you have a full and final settlement, it's full and final, and there's no more recourse you can take.
So then with this, are there legal deadlines or statutes of limitation that can prevent refinery workers from filing a claim if they do wait too long?
Absolutely. In the state of Texas, it's 2 years from the date of the incident.
Mm.
So a refinery blows up, a unit blows up. From that moment, you have 2 years to the day. Even though you have 2 years, that doesn't mean that, oh, I have 2 years, I can just sit around and wait and file a day before 2 years rolls by. As we've spoke about before, the importance of getting legal representation on the scene. Your legal representation is actually participating in the root cause analysis, participating with the government agencies. You have a voice, and you also have eyes and ears, and that's actually building your case. Your case begins getting built from that moment forward.
In what ways then does delaying medical treatment after a refinery accident impact the medical records crucial for supporting an injury claim?
I hear it all the time from defense counsel when they're playing it up, and when they're playing it up to me as malingering, and malingering being the sense of, well, yeah, immediately after I went and had a full panel test, and yes, there were a few things wrong with me. 3 months down the road, I feel way worse. Now I want to go back to a doctor. The problem of not having continuous treatment presents you as a malingerer to a court. And judges and juries are not big fans of malingerers. And malingerers, folks that put off treatment, folks that delay in doing the right thing. The folks that gets paid to a great degree are the folks who actually do everything that they should do. And a reasonable person can look, a reasonable juror can look and see, okay, that's something that I would have done. If I'm really hurt, I'm going to go have all these treatments. I'm gonna do everything I can to be as healthy as I possibly can as I was before the incident.
Consistency sounds like being the key, to that, making sure you're diligent with your
Just
care.
just like with everything in life, yes,
Mhm.
consistency and showing up is 90% of it.
So why does establishing liability or proving which parties are responsible become more challenging over time following a refinery accident?
Just as we've discussed previously,
Mm.
if I'm not there and I'm not participating, which being me not being there is the same as you not being there. If you don't have a representative there, you're not participating in the investigation. You're not able to ask questions of the decision makers within the investigation. You're not even playing a part of the investigation. So absolutely, if you're not even a consideration through the investigation, it's
Mhm.
not going to be helpful for your case. It never will be, and it devalues your case. So waiting until uh, the day before your statute runs to file, even
Mhm.
if you've been going to the doctor, it's better to get in to be part of the investigations, be part of the root cause analysis, and be at the beginning all the way through the middle of the litigation, because that's where you want to be, and that's where the maximum values are.
Yeah, and like you reiterating the fact you were saying, yeah, you might have up to 2 years, but it sounds like the more you wait, the amount of compensation probably reduces to what the family ultimately could receive. Is that
Well,
correct?
absolutely. Not only do you forget different facts that you may have been able to recall right away, the witnesses disappear. So you're going to lose witnesses. You're going to lose those coworkers that I talk about. You should know the name of all your coworkers and know how to get a hold of them, have their cell phones, at least be able to reach them. You forget those things. You don't think about which contractor was out there working with our group of contractors and the other contractor that was out there. A lot of things go through those stressful situations and those processes, and we forget a lot over time as well. We forget a lot in a matter of days, much less weeks and months and years.
Yes, yeah, I'd say that, to the younger people, not everyone has social media. Get those phone numbers. We still use phone numbers.
Oh, I'm
You know?
glad you said social media. That's another thing, and I know this is a little off topic, but um, I deal with it with probably 60-70% of my clients. Please, if you have a case or you were involved in an incident,
Mhm.
please don't act like you're a reporter and feel like that you need to put it all over social media, especially if you're an injured party and you have a lawsuit. Because they will track your social media. They do track your social media. During discovery, we have a duty to turn that over to them. I had a case where it was an injury at work, and the man had a broken back. He literally had a broken back, and he also, the company stuck a private investigator on him and caught him at a fishing tournament with his broken back. But he was also loading the boat up, moving the boat in and out of the water, throwing it. He won the fishing tournament, by the way, but it probably cost him an extra $150,000 of his final
Oh,
recovery.
that's a very expensive trophy.
Yeah, and he put that on social media, and the rest is history. So we all lost a lot of money off of that just for a fishing tournament
Oh my
in
gosh.
social
I
media.
like fishing too, but not worth
Yeah,
that.
no,
Well, while we, wrap this all up here, how can a refinery worker know when it's the right time to contact a lawyer after an accident?
the right time to contact a qualified uh, industrial accident attorney is whenever you have been part of an industrial accident. I mean, even if you're not hurt, even as a witness, it's probably smart to contact somebody because you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy and you don't want to put your coworkers in jeopardy. So it's probably there's plenty of good lawyers like myself out there that are more than willing to sit down and discuss and at least help them how they're going to present what they went through. So that a lot of times, a lot of folks that work out at refineries, they're wonderful workers, they're wonderful people, but they don't have experience in how to address and how to present certain things to certain people. And refineries and insurance folks are certainly within that class of people that they're not used to talking to. So probably a good idea to have at least sit down and have a discussion. And how should I answer these things? How should I work with these people?
Yes, and I'm not just anyone. This guy, Brooks. That's what I'm hearing. So, Brooks, thank you for your information and for the people out there. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Refinery Injury Podcast. If you or someone you love has been injured in a refinery accident, don't wait. Visit refineryinjury.com to learn more about your options and how Brooks and his team can help. And be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review if you found this episode very helpful, as I have. Brooks, thank you so much. You've been great, and we can't wait for your next episode.
Thank you so very much.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.